here, checking in on my yoga mat in Midland, Michigan, sending out a giant virtual hug to all you wonderful people out there, hoping that this video finds you in health and wellness and supports you in just taking a moment to pause from our crazy new normal life of uncertainty and allows for you to carve a little bit of you time out where we can just pause, close our eyes, and ground back into our breath through our practice. So hopefully you're able to roll out your mat, carve out a little space in your home, wherever you're self-quarantined in at the moment, and just take a few moments for yourself, remembering that we can't serve others if we're not taking care of ourselves as well. So without further ado, find something comfy to wear. Make sure you're bringing lots of props onto your mat this afternoon for me. Might be morning or evening for you as well, but nonetheless, remembering that the beauty of our home practice is that we can really support our body regardless of how it feels when we show up on the mat. We'll start off in a comfortable seated position, emphasizing the word comfortable. So if sitting on the ground crisscross applesauce has your body already talking to you, recognize and notice immediately that the shape you find yourself in might not necessarily be something you've been doing of sorts. You might be knocked off your normal routine here a little bit. So just show up with some compassion and kindness for yourself today. As always, we look to let go of any kind of expectations, but today we kind of rise that bar up a little bit higher and make sure that whatever we need to give ourselves the comfort and support during this practice today, we do. So for me, I have my hips propped up on a blanket folded over. Maybe it's a pillow for you. Maybe you're sitting in a chair. Maybe crisscross is not working on the knees today, so we're taking the legs out. Whenever and wherever you find yourself able to close your eyes, I invite you to do so. And allowing yourself to immediately just begin to notice. Noticing how we're arriving on our mat, how we're showing up today, both physically and mentally. We always talk about this shift or transcending from our normal day-to-day to-do list, busy go, go, go life to the stillness on our mat that our practice involves, and how that can very often be a really hard transition on any given day. Now we throw a global pandemic into the mix, and you might notice that that monkey brain is even louder than it normally is. So once again, this word compassion is just going to circle around our mat, and whenever we need to grab that and bring it closer, I invite you to do so. Just giving yourself a little permission to just slowly ease into the practice today. Maybe as you start to recognize and notice how we're arriving here, you might notice spots in the physical body where we can just slowly recognize tension and see if our breath and stillness can assist releasing that tension. Starting to deepen the breath, releasing. It might be helpful here to bring that left hand up to the chest and the right hand to the belly, literally taking a moment to just pause and feel the life within you, feeling the heart beating in your chest, the belly rising and falling with each breath cycle. Smiling here for a moment, being grateful for the health, the ability to breathe, thanking our lungs for being healthy and supporting us, and just already believing and remembering the power of our thoughts. So recognizing without judgment if we're filled with all that negativity, the scare, the anger, the sadness, the despair, You might have to sit in discomfort with those feelings and those emotions here longer than we'd like to today, but just take that next deep breath, grow tall through the front side body, lift the crown to the head as a symbolism here of your strength and ability to weather that storm. Maybe now we're shifting that notice or that focus to the breath, not just recognizing it here, but looking to expand the entire experience. So inhaling a little bit more love, opening up through the side body, feeling that expansion in the rib cage. And as we exhale, we slowly contract the abdominal walls here, bringing everything back in towards center as we slowly release that warm air, as well as anything else that's not serving us. Staying here with the breath and recognizing all the spots in the body in which we're grounding into the earth. Remembering it's from our roots that we rise. So the deeper we can connect to the earth below us, the more strength we'll have to get brave and vulnerable on that next big breath and grow tall. Maybe you feel a little weight through the elbows, the shoulders, the sits bones, the knees. Another deep inhalation. Exhale it out completely. Staying with this cycle, recognizing here if the mind has already gone into that second nature habit of wondering what's next, what's coming. We have this beautiful desire as humans to plan, predict what the outcome is going to be with this theory or thought that if we can figure it out, we can prevent maybe that sadness, that despair, that discomfort that nobody likes to feel or sit in. But that's the one thing that our practice teaches us amongst many, is that if by sitting throughout the storm and observing, we're going to be more weathered on the other side for sure, but we'll also be stronger. So if you find yourself here breathing, but wondering what postures are coming, what flow we're going to be doing today, just gently grab that compassion circling around you, bring it back to your mat, take a deep breath, and let yourself just stay here. Training our mind to stay both present and grounded, focused on the mat, so that when our time together is done here and we roll up our mat, we can take that little mantra of being present, not trying to predict the outcome, off our mat. Whatever story or conversation you have going here with breath, continue that and come back to it often as we start to layer on movement. Remembering that today's focus is more on our awareness than it is any specific shape. If you're more comfortable keeping your eyes closed, listening to my words, feel free to explore what it feels like to move in this body today, more so what it looks like when you're in the shape. At the completion of your next exhale, no short changing yourselves here. Take your hands back down to the lap. Connect back to those sits bones, that grounding sensation, just rooting you down to the earth, allowing for the crown to lift from the shoulders, expanding through that front side body. Staying with this and with breath, we're going to reach the hands out to the earth, just letting the fingertips gently grace the ground. Staying connected to breath as you inhale, reach those arms up to the sky, palms face up, sit bones, knees down to the ground. As you exhale, just guide those arms back down, maybe wiggling the fingers here a little bit, palms facing down, stretch it out. Inhale, breath takes us up. Exhale, breath, rain it all the way down. Beautiful. Let's stay with that. 2 more big breaths. So inhale, reach all the way up to the sky, get nice and big. Exhale, active arms here, so actively pushing the air down as you reach for the earth. Last time, great job. Inhale, reach up, navel to spine. Exhale, all the way down. Beautiful. Right hand plants to the earth, Palms face down, fingers point away, possibly flat palm. Maybe you start with tented fingerprints here as well. Sit bones, knees ground us down. Inhale, we reach left arm all the way up. Feeling this beautiful connection from fingertips down side body all the way down to our rooted hip here. And as we exhale, we just allow for that wind to push the upper body to the right side, starting to find that micro bend in the right elbow. Activating through that right hand. So where can we bring awareness in postures that we've probably done 100 different times, right? How can this posture, this side body stretch be different? Can we use that right palm to help kick the left hip out, creating a deeper stretch to those intercostal muscles of the rib cage? Root down through that leg. Turning the head up to look past left shoulder, as long as it doesn't hurt the neck. If that's bringing too much pain to the neck or the shoulder, go ahead and gaze down at that right thigh, right knee. Reaching out as we inhale, deepening as we exhale, slowly coming down, keeping left shoulder rolling back. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, breath. Left hand is going to come down to the earth, framing out that right knee, rolling left shoulder to touch the ground or look to the ground, chin to chest. Right arm is going to reach out, full extension. Think child's pose here as you hover over right thigh, drawing the belly in, chin to chest, cat in the upper spine. Beautiful. Feeling that stretch in the low back, getting a nice release here. Slowly coming through center, keeping this idea of lengthening out forward, yet pushing the tailbone back. So keeping that full body awareness, rocking and rolling. Tuck the chin a little bit deeper into the chest. Find your breath. Inhale, slowly rolling all the way back up to sit. Restacking that vertebra one at a time. Maybe a shoulder roll just to feel good. Head over heart, stacked spine. Nice work. Hands are going to come back out. Readjust. Close your eyes if you'd like. Inhale, reach all the way back up. Activate all the way through those fingerprints. Exhale. Slowly let it come down here. Inhale, reach. Stay with your breath. We're going to heat things up here in a little bit. Exhale, lower, and you'll want to take that for the ride. 2 more. Your own time. Inhale, reach all the way up to the sky. Maybe you hold your breath at the very top. Exhale. Let it all go. Here's your last one. Make it count. Deepest breath of the day so far, all the way upstairs. Exhale, push those knees, sit bones, arms down to the ground. Beautiful work. Left arm is going to plant to the earth as we inhale. Right side body grows to the sky, reaching overhead. Exhale, soften left elbow, slowly come in. And now pay attention as you lower. As you begin to lower, sometimes we think, again, this idea or this conception that depth is better or going deeper is better for our practice. Let's just let that go right away. Let go of that expectation and notice that if we're trying to deepen this too much, we might be collapsing all of this space we're looking to create in the torso by just sinking in. So more so than the elbow bending here, think about there being a hurdle next to the side body. So with each inhale, we're trying to go up and then over, only finding that extension in the right side body. Once we've lifted through the torso, then we can play around with our depth here. Keeping that right shoulder rolling back. Feel that shoulder blade coming in to kiss the left side. Nice work. Reaching out. Ground that right knee down. Maybe you're up here today. Maybe it's nowhere near the ground. Do what works for your body. One more big inhale. Exhale. Right hand comes to the earth, to the left. Frames out that left knee. Once the hand plants, that left arm can reach out, full extension. Staying up on tented fingerprints here. Activate through the arm. Feel the connection from your wrist to your shoulder. Let your chin fall. Let the head grow heavy. Push down and back through the fingerprints to get a little bit deeper stretch through that right side body. Keeping the length going as we move through center. Slowly crawl your way all the way back here. Tuck the chin in a little bit deeper. And as you inhale, slowly start to roll all the way back up. Uncoil that body. Roll the shoulders once or twice. Come all the way up to sit. Take a pause. Close your eyes. Take a breath. And just come back to noticing. Nice job. When you're ready, moving like we love ourselves, we're going to find ourselves in tabletop position. So if you had a prop, we're going to keep this awareness moving. Even as we move that out of the way, we bring ourselves back to all four. Now, of course, if your knees are a little sore, a little tender today, the prop can stay underneath there, or you can roll up the back of the yoga mat. Take care of your wrists along the way if they start talking to you, and then we'll start to stack the joints. Shoulders over wrist, hips over knees, tops of the feet touch the ground. When you're ready, let the inhale breath drop that belly, lift up through the tailbone, look up to the sky, find your foundation. Exhale, start with the tailbone, rock through one vertebra at a time until you can feel the shoulder blades pulling apart, navel to spine, press into the foundation. Take it from here, listen to your breath, continuing here with your spinal flexion and extension, also known as cat-cow. Have some fun, close your eyes. The beauty of being at home is nobody can see you, so it doesn't matter what you look like. You can make a fool of yourself. You can come off the beaten path here a little bit. Just notice what movement feels like. Find this inquiry, this creative license to just really, really trust your movement and letting go of any spots of the body that might feel like they're stuck. Of course, if you'd like to just follow the path here, finding that inhale and exhale through cat-cow, taking one more full breath cycle wherever you are, taking neutral spine at the end of that exhale, bringing two big toes together to touch, take the knees out wide, arms are gonna walk out, maybe a roll of the wrist or two along the way. Inhale, breath, we stay. Exhale, slowly start to take it back, hips to heels, extended child's pose. Now, if your hips are really, really tight, feel free to prop up here, whether it's a yoga blanket or a regular blanket or a pillow. Just know that sometimes it can be helpful to bring that gap up here a little bit. Let your booty have a little support. And then if you can bring your head to the mat today, just let the tension in the back of the neck release. So once again, if it's not forehead to earth, maybe you have a yoga block, maybe you have a pillow or a book that you can put handy. If you have nothing of the sort, feel free to make a fist or two and just let your forehead once again find that sanctuary in finding that grounding sensation. So something that we can just release all of that energy, that space to, letting any tension in the neck just go. Maybe you take a minute here to rock if the forehead's touching the ground side to side, relieving any tension in the sinuses or the forehead, relaxing the muscles of the face. Resisting the urge here to tense up in the hip spaces. So a lot of times when we start to open up this area of the body, this can be very noisy for a lot of us. I will not say discomforting, even though it might feel not super awesome right now. Just recognize that this is just the natural process for the body to release that tension as it gradually opens up. So meet it with finesse here, not force. Prop up once again, but then take it back to the breath. Just really drown yourself in the noise of your breath. Get as loud as you can, as audible as you'd like with your breath today in that safe space of your home practice. Allowing for that breath to enter you into this level of moving meditation where we can sit and be with that discomfort, but it doesn't have to be so overwhelming or all-encompassing that it forces us to flee or to retreat from the current situation. We just find a little solitude here in being still and being okay with that. Now, wherever you might have your hands, if it's available for you today to, on an exhale, walk the fingerprints out even closer to the top of that mat, and then lift up the arms so that the elbows come off the earth. Maybe you find tented fingerprints here. Maybe you stay flat palm version, whatever works. Once again, noticing that connection from the wrist all the way to the backside body, into the shoulder space, actively pulling the shoulders away from the ears. You might feel a little shake, a little quiver here as we just start to light a little fire in the arms. Beautiful. Inhale, breath. Slowly start to take the vision forward like you're carving a line with your nose. Exhale, palms to the earth. Inhale, upper body lifts. I'm going to remove my prop here. Join me if you have one as well. And then we're going to slowly continue this all the way forward. Open up the legs. Use your support of your arms here to lower you all the way down to the belly. Now, once you get to the belly, maybe you take a second, just take some inventory. Notice how the low back is feeling. Take a moment to windshield wiper your legs side to side. And then when we're ready, neutral spine. So we'll tuck our chin, bring the forehead to the earth. Legs can stay about hip distance apart. Tops of the feet ground us into the earth. Check in with foundation. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Elbows hug the side body. Take it back to your breath, my friends, as you inhale. Slowly lift. Baby cobra. Doesn't have to be a big one to start. Holding here. Pull the shoulders back away from the ears. Ground down through that pelvic bone. Tops of the feet. Use the whole handprint here so that we're not dumping all the way into the wrist. So clawing into the fingerprints, lifting here, looking down, keeping the neck neutral position. You got it. It's okay. Little shake. One more inhale. Exhale, lower completely. Forehead touches the ground. Feel free to take a breath cycle here to release, maybe a windshield wiper. And then we're going to come back to neutral and take this into one breath movement. So chin to chest, forehead to the ground, handprints active. Big inhale breath, grow with the inhale. Exhale, lower back down, one rib at a time. Taking it back up with your breath. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Let's try two more. You can do it. Inhale, where's your foundation? Ground into the earth, grow big. Exhale, down. Last time, you got it. Root to rise. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Fantastic work, race fans. Tuck your toes underneath you. Option here to modify, taking it to the knees. Inhale, breath. On the exhale, push up, plank or half plank. Half plank. You know what I mean. Finding yourself in plank position, top of a push-up, letting the upper body dome out here a little bit as the shoulder blades pull apart, shoulder stack wrist. Find that length through the heel to the crown. Start to light that fire. You're going to start to feel a little heat. Take it back to your breath. You got it. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lift the hips, sink the heels. Downward facing dog. Come on into down dog and enjoy all the beauty that it is. Pedal it out here. Move the hips, groove it out. Maybe you do some big hip circles. Maybe you just find stillness and take it back to that breath to reset the heart rate. Wherever you are, make it your own. Have some fun. Maybe you're shedding like me. Nonetheless, inhale, breath, we bend our knees, carve that line, look to your hands. Exhale, feet meet hands, step, walk, crawl, ragdoll position. Finding your feet about hip distance apart, four corner equal awareness, touch into the earth, head grows heavy. Bend the elbows, bend the knees, sway it out here, my friends. Really listening to our lower back space, supporting this opening with ease, not forcing it. Noticing here if the discussion happening in your lower back is very angry, not supporting in this posture. check in with where your legs are. If our legs are super straight, really good chance we're not supporting the release here. So take a nice heavy bend in the knees. Let the weight of the head go and just find a little rock, a little roll. Catch your breath. You're doing great. Beautiful. Lift all 10 toes for me real quick. Notice the four corners of our feet. Tuck the head down. Take your time as you inhale. Root down through your feet. Really pay attention to the awareness of how we're connecting to the earth. And as we inhale, slowly take that deep breath practice with you. Rolling up to stand. Taking your time. No rush here. Tailbone sinks underneath us as the spine all stacks back up. That shoulder roll optional invite comes back as you arrive in mountain pose. Close your eyes, my friends. Take a second if you need to. Fix your clothes, your hair, whatever your fidgets are. Get them out of the way so that we can come back to mountain pose. Now, many of you that I've had the privilege of practicing in person with are very aware of my love for mountain pose as we roll up and arrive. It seems on the surface that mountain pose is just this posture of standing tall, but with our beautiful big yogi hearts opening up to that awareness, we can feel that connection to the earth, empowering that energy from the inner arches, lifting up through that front side body. Feeling great. So now that we're here, time to get flowing a little bit. So make sure you bring that beautiful deep breath with you. Pause whenever you need to. Lean into that faith. Soften the knees here. Inhale, breath. We grow tall. Exhale, forward fold. Straight back all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Think figure 7 here. Hands on the earth, shins or thighs, straight back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, bend the knees. Inhale, breath, step it back. Plank or modified plank. Holding the plank. Inhale, shift the breath, shift forward. Exhale, everyone to the belly with control. Soften through the elbows. Take it to the earth. Release the tops of the feet as you inhale. Lift. Baby cobra. Exhale, take it down, tuck your toes. Your choice, knees are all the way up. Inhale to hold. Exhale, push all the way back, up and back, downward facing dog. Take your reset breath here. Nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, bend the knees, look to your hands. Exhale, step, hop, walk, crawl, feet meet our hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, soften and fold, root down. Inhale, all the way back, all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, take it down, soften the knees. Inhale, lift, halfway, flat back. Exhale, soften the knees, plant the hands, step it on back. Beautiful work, guys. Stay with it. Inhale, shift forward, claw through the fingers. Exhale to the belly. Everyone with control. Touch everything at the same time. Tops of the feet release. Inhale, breath. Lift, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale. Use that energy. Up and back. Downward facing dog. Fantastic work here. Remember, we can control our heart rate. We can control how fast it's going with our breath. So if you're feeling like, I'm going a little too crazy already, take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. You're doing great. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward, step, hop, crawl. You get the gist. You know what to do. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, ragdoll. Bend the knees. Ground down through your feet. Take a moment here. Catch your breath. I really want to take this moment to really just focus on the foundation of our feet. So take your hands out in front of you. Soften the knees. Bring your torso to touch your thighs here. And then just really gently start to shift the weight forward to the toes, the big ball joint underneath the big toe, the little toe, and that pad, the ball pad of your whole foot. Start to lift your heels here. Maybe you come up to your 2-piece fingers. Maybe you try one foot at a time. Just noticing the difference of how we distribute the weight through our feet. Now, if you really want to challenge yourself, you really want to get that shake, that heat, that fire, maybe you sink the hip points, bend the knees a little bit more. Maybe you lift those heels as you lift your hands off the ground and breathe. It's okay to shake, it's okay to fall, it's okay to quiver. You can come back. Hands will find the ground. Exhale, breath, heels will find the earth. Feel free to straighten the legs out, shake them out a little bit. Once again, if the body's starting to get a little warm, heart rate's lifting, this isn't a bad thing, so stay with your breath, you can do it. Soften those knees once again, invite the torso to touch the thighs. This time we're going backwards, so we want to think chair pose here. Send the weight back to the heels. Maybe you lift up the toes, maybe not. Notice what you got to work with here. Breathe. Sit bones going back. Feel those legs support you here. Glutes, the whole kit and caboodle. And then slowly feet will come back down to the ground. Head will fall. If it's available for you today to wrap your arms behind your legs, let's give that one a go. Press into the four corners of your feet now and take that awareness with you. As you inhale, look to straighten the legs. That supports your back. And as you exhale, start to fold by pulling gently, torso to thigh. You got it. One more big, big breath. On your exhale, slowly release the arms, soften the knees, bring the hands back out in front. Take your time, rock stars. Inhale, breath is going to bring us back up to stand ragdoll style. Slowly uncoiling the spine as we come back up to stand. Roll those shoulders. Take a nice deep breath. Mountain posture. Fantastic work. So we're going to move into a little bit more humbling postures, if you will. So please remember to grab that compassion we talked about. Bring it back to the forefront of your practice, your mind, your center, and have a little fun. If you fall out of the postures, it's not a big deal, right? That's not why we're here. All right. Without further ado, top of the mat. Find that foundation in your feet. I can't stress this enough of how important this is going to be. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, eagle arms on the right. So right arm, I'll turn so you can see. Right arm is going to come under the left. They're going to crisscross at the elbow crease. Maybe that's it for today. If we're really tight in the shoulders or the arms, drop your hands right to the tops of the shoulders, and this can be your bind for today. If we're taking it to full eagle, we're going ahead and wrapping around at the wrists, bringing palms maybe to touch, or maybe we hold on to that thumb here. So notice immediately the opening in the upper back that this provides. Pay attention here if we're trying to have shoulders kiss the ears. Try to drop that, bring space into the neck, and then actively show up for your compression. So even if we're here, how can we make that point of contact in the body that more beneficial? And the way we can do that is by just bringing a little bit more of that loving awareness to that part of the body, staying connected. All right, beautiful. So top of the mat, arms are bound. Most of you already know where we're going. So on that exhale, sink in to chair pose. So as we were playing around with the weight in our feet before, we're sending a little bit more weight into our heels this time. We still have a foundation through the ball joints of the feet, but most of it's in our heels. Tailbone is shooting to the back of the mat as if someone's pulling our hip bones back. Navel tucks into spine, creating that straight line from tailbone to crown. Think about those halfway lifts that you do with your vinyasas here. All right, this might be your eagle for today, just softening into chair. Maybe we start to shift the weight to our left foot, coming to the tippy toe of that right foot. Maybe you're crossing the knees, keeping right toe connected to the earth. This is where having a drishti or a focal point is really going to come in handy. So take that out of the toolbox here and see if that assists you in your balance. Maybe you're sinking in, letting that bottom foot, that right foot, hook underneath that left calf muscle. Notice if the legs want to go to the left here. Bring everything back to center. Focus on tightening into that center space. You got it. Press into that left foot. Unbind the right. We're stepping it back. Crescent lunge. You can do it. Trust that the earth will meet that right foot. Tuck your toes. Push through the heel. Left leg stays stacked, knee over ankle. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Push through that back heel. Squeeze the inner thighs together for support. You can do it. Inhale, breath, unravel the arms, reach into the sky. Exhale, bend the elbows, goddess arms, wiggle the fingers, get big in that chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. So scoot your feet here. Right foot goes back, left comes into center. Check your heel to back arch alignment. Arms are gonna reach out, palms face down. Nice work. Inhale, send it forward. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Take it all the way back. Feel free to take a moment, stretch out that front leg, reach back a little bit more. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, warrior two. Hands come to the hips as you inhale, straighten out that left leg, turn the toes to face the long way of your mat. So pardon me for being facing the other way. Inhale, reach your heart to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, flat back as long as you can. Feel free to have a block, prop, book, anything in front of you here that's going to help you meet the earth and be able, hello, to let your head grow heavy here and just hang loose. So this is going to feel different for everybody. Maybe you're a fan of finding a little side-to-side movement. Maybe you're grabbing onto the legs and pulling in. Maybe you're up here, just starting to find the ground. Wherever you are, just really let the heat that you just created allow you to go a little bit deeper in your exploration here. Trust yourself a little bit more and go a little bit further. Nice work. Hands come to the hips, which activates our core here. Inhale, breath straight back, strong core. Come all the way back up to stand. Turn left toes to the front of the mat. Exhale, warrior two. Nice job. Inhale, straighten that left leg. Heel toe the right foot in just a tad. Sending the inhale forward as we reach. Exhale, right arm to the sky. Left arm down. Triangle pose. Inner thighs squeezing in towards center, keeping everything in this nice straight line. Left arm inside the leg, connecting to the right arm all the way across the chest. Pulling that right shoulder back, feeling some activity here in the upper back. Inhale, breath. Beautiful job. Inhale, come all the way back up. Square the hips to the front of the mat, but leave the feet where they're at. If you need to step your back foot in, you can. Make sure it's at a 45. Swing the hands behind you, interlace the fingers. Inhale, reach down, lift that heart up. Exhale, lead with your heart, tagging that left hip back as you slowly come forward with control. Now you might stop right here. Remember, keep pushing through those knuckles. Your hands might be really far apart today if your shoulders are a little tight or sore. Over time and practice, we'll look to keep our palms together. But wherever you're at today, just allow that to be. Square the hips, pull left back, let right go forward. Maybe you take it a little bit further down at the last moment, tucking chin to chest, letting the arms come overhead, rinsing the shoulders, hug that left hip space. Exhale, breath carefully, keep that awareness, control, release the arms. Let the right hand come to the earth, a block, a book, a prop, inside left foot. Big inhale, we're gonna turn to the left, twisted triangle. Watch out for that left hip trying to kick out here on you. Suck it into center, and now reach that left arm up to the sky. You're gonna feel shake, you're gonna feel quiver, lean in, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, left hand comes down to the ground. Turn that back foot to face the front. Exhale, sink into that back heel, let your head fall. Pyramid stretch. Nice work, guys. Catch your breath. Maybe you find a little movement here that supports your stretch, front and back. Maybe you come into like a low lunge, taking it back up. When you have enough momentum here, or if you haven't started, go ahead and grab some. We're going to take a deep breath and rock that back foot up to meet our front. Shake it out here, do the hokey pokey, move your booty all around, really get into that IT band as you stretch it out. When you're ready, root down through your feet, rock stars. Take a deep inhale breath all the way up. Exhale, recenter, hands to heart center, prayer position. Go ahead and close your eyes. Ground back and get back where we like it. Getting ready for second set, left side. Softness and awareness comes back through the legs, ground down through those feet. Hands go down to come up. As we inhale, we reach up as high as we can. Exhale brings left arm under the right. So we'll turn again here, finding eagle arms on this side. Once again, we might stop here, or we might keep twisting all around. It could be different on this side than it was on the last. So really arrive fully into this awareness. Be authentically here, not thinking about where this pose should be. So pay attention. All right, so we're going to take a nice deep inhale. As we exhale, we soften the knees, sink into the sit bones, weight into the heels, navel to spine, straight spine. Find that launching pad and breathe. Notice what parts of the body are working. Where are we holding on to stretch or stress, and where can we just kind of let it go? When and if you're ready, we shift the weight to that right foot. Check in with your drishti. Find that focal point. Maybe left big toe hovers. Maybe left leg crosses right. Maybe we sink in and left leg comes underneath right calf. So wherever you are, compress to center. The more we bring that focus into center, the more stable and strong we'll be. Squeeze here, hold, you got it. Breathe. Ground into that right foot on a big inhale. Start to straighten the right leg. Unravel the left. Send it behind you. You can do it. Exhale. Crescent lunge. Inhale, breath. Lift the arms. Feel that back bend start to work here. Exhale. Neutral spine. Push through that back heel. Stack right knee over right ankle. Inhale, breath. Reach to the sky to unravel. Exhale, bend your elbows, lift your heart all the way up to the sky. Inhale, breath, arms reach. Exhale, warrior two. Scoot your feet out. Remember, warrior two has this symbolic gesture of ripping our yoga mat apart with our strength here. So heel to back arch alignment, knee over ankle, hip opener. So we're rolling hips out, swinging the tailbone underneath us. Arms reach up, palms face down. Flip that front hand. Inhale, take it forward. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Take it all the way back. Feel free to straighten out that back leg here, or front leg, pardon me, and reach back a little bit further. One more gorgeous inhale, soak it all up. Exhale, warrior two. Nice job. Hands on the hips. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Turn right toes in. Have the toes be a little pigeon foot here. Maybe arms are here. Maybe arms are here. If your shoulders are really sore, swim them behind you, interlace once again. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, start to lower. Belly to spine, all the way down. Straight back. Hi, Mr. Stink Bug. How are you? I don't want to hurt you. We have a little friend joining us. Anyway, sorry, squirrel. Wherever you are, so come back to foundation. Where is the weight in your feet here? Not favoring one or the other, trying to have equal awareness over the feet. Think about hovering over the center line on the mat. Make sure you let the head fall here, so not trying to crank the neck. You want to take all that tension out. If you're interlacing peace fingers to big toe or wrapping hands, maybe you take these last few moments here to pull, pull as much as you can, hands to hip, activate your core. Inhale, breath, take it all the way back upstairs. Turn right foot towards the front of the mat. Beautiful. If you want to exhale, sink in, warrior two. Inhale, we'll straighten out back that front leg and heel toe that left leg in. Keep the foot at a 45. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, right hand comes down, left arm goes to the sky. Find yourself sinking in here. Check in with that awareness. Keep the full body turned on, reaching floor to ceiling, expand. Inhale, we come all the way back up to stand. Square the hips to the front of the mat. Possibly scooch that back foot in here just a little bit, making sure, once again, hips are square. It might be helpful to bring your hands here, see where they're pointing. Swim the arms behind you, interlace the fingers. Try to get the palms as close as we can. Maybe you're playing around with reverse prayer, so maybe you go here, maybe you go here, whatever feels good for you. All right, inhale, hearts to the heaven. Exhale, navel to spine. Hug the right hip back. Send your heart forward. Flat back as long as we can. Slowly letting your head fall. Tucking your chin to your chest. Recognizing if right hip is trying to kick out on us, hug it into center. Feel that tension a little bit here in the back of that right leg. Breathe. Exhale, carefully release the grip. Let that left arm come inside right foot on the earth, a block, a book, a prop. And then slowly inhale, twisting to the right. Maybe right hand just comes to your hip today. Maybe it just helps us remember to hug that hip in, keep it locked in space. Maybe right arm fully extends up to the sky. Active through the fingers, no limp hands here. Jazz hands. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, take it forward. Turn off that back heel. Turn the foot to 12 o'clock. Exhale, sinks you in. Pyramid pose. Nice work, you guys. If you haven't taken a moment to check back in with your mind, with your breath, where you're at, let this serve as a gentle reminder to just come back here. Come back to this moment. You're doing great work. Just stay with your breath. Finding that rock, that roll, that momentum. Back foot's gonna step up, meet the front, shake it out nice and easy. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Get that length, tuck the tail. Exhale, drop the head. We're gonna slowly come all the way down. You can lift the heels, come to the balls of your feet. Use your hands for support as you slowly bring yourself down. Nice job, guys. We're super close to being done. Center yourself on the mat here. Make any adjustments to your comfort as need be. And if applicable, let's go ahead and move that fleshy part of the booty from below us so we really can feel the connection to our sit bones. All right, dun dun dun. The part we've all been waiting for, core work. Make sure we take that compassion with us here as we kind of explore just starting a little heat in the belly. So finding your shape for boat pose, remembering that it's not how high we lift our legs, it's how strong we keep our spine. If that means we keep the support underneath our legs the whole practice, that's A-okay. If that means our legs don't leave the ground today, A-okay. So wherever you are on this journey, please be compassionate and kind to yourself and just allow yourself to be with wherever you are. With that being said, imagine we have this string right in the center of our heart, guiding us up. So we're lifting up the whole time. We're not rounding into the stomach here. All right, so roll the shoulders back, lift up through the chest. Maybe feet stay on the ground. Maybe big toe mounds come to touch the earth. And then from here, we can play around with lifting one, lifting two. Now notice if you go to lift and you start to sink back. It's okay to find a little tilt back, but we don't want to collapse this low back, low core section. So really finding this balancing act. That's why we're using the support of our arms today to stay when we lift our legs, not letting ourselves go too far from that start point. Now maybe this looks like taking an arm or two out. Maybe it doesn't. Wherever you are in this moment, consider this your high boat. Without letting yourself talk yourself out of it, know you can do this, know you're stronger than you think, and we're going to take it from high to low. So here we are, high. Exhale, breath, low boat. Take it down. You got it. Inhale, lift from your chest. Grab your legs if you need to. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift from the chest. Exhale, take it to a hover. Inhale, lift. Yes, you can. Exhale, hover. Two more. Come on. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. We can do it. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover, hover. You're so strong. Inhale, lift. Hands under the knees, feet to the ground. Exhale, breath. Forehead to the knees. Tuck your chin to your chest. Catch your breath. Give yourself a nice big hug, maybe a pat on the back, a gold star if you're April, who I love. Sorry, squirrel moment. Bring yourself back here to your breath. All right, rock stars. So good news, we did one. Better news, we have two. Find your start position. And really, I encourage you in this moment to be truthful to yourself. And make sure that you're showing up for yourself here on your mat, really 110%. You might feel a little fatigued from the work thus far, but really you're this close to the end. Let's finish strong mentally and physically. Hands wrap behind our legs, shoulders loop back, strong heart leads us up to the sky, finding our high boat starting point. Inhale to hold, exhale, hover. You got it, inhale, lift, exhale, inhale, lift, exhale, lower, three more, come on, inhale, up, exhale to hover, here you go, two, and last one, we can do it, inhale, lift, hold, 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 exhale, lower, look at your toes, click your heels, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, maybe not as dramatic of a belly flop as I did, but nonetheless, give yourself a moment here. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and walk our feet up, grab our knees, hug them into the body. Take a nice deep breath, maybe rock and roll a little bit here on the back. Find that massage. Nice work. Slowly lowering the feet down to the ground, walking our heels in line with our hip bones, with hands fully extended at the side body. Fingertips should be able, in theory, to grace our heels. If we're not there today, it's all good. Make sure as you work towards that, your knees stay tracking over your feet, not opening out to the side. Walk the shoulder blades out here, slightly tuck the chin, bringing some length to the back of the neck. Inhale, push into the earth. Here we go, ready to go up. Bring it on up. Bridge pose, rolling through the vertebra, bringing yourself all the way up. Making sure as we lift, once again, our legs don't go out. We keep tracking into center. Sometimes if you have a block at home, it's nice to place a block in between the knees or the thighs here to keep this idea of squeezing into center. Now you may have already walked the shoulder blades in underneath you, lift it up a little bit higher, possibly interlace the fingers towards those heels. Maybe, speaking of which, we lift the heels, walk them in a little bit closer. So most of you, if not all of you, know the jam at this point. You're welcome to play with lifting a leg, figure 4, maybe you just breathe. We only have one, so maybe you're taking it up to wheel. If you would like to lower and push up to full wheel, bringing hands next to the ears, you're welcome to take that modification if that works for you. Wherever you are, I know your quads are shaking, your glutes are contracting, your lower back is speaking. So let's talk back by lifting with 10. Go up. 9. You can do it. 8. 7. 6. What's waiting on the other side, my friends? 4. Break through. 3. 2. 1. Release the grip of the hands. If applicable, walk the shoulders. Control yourself back down to the ground. Woo, nice job. Inhale, breath, lift those legs. Go for the outside of the feet or inside, ankles, whatever feels good for your happy baby. Open the legs out to the side. Feel free to close the eyes here as you slowly start to bring the heart rate back down to a more natural rhythm. Starting to prepare the body for your final relaxation. Swaying side to side here has really beautiful effect on our nervous system. So if you're feeling like your wires are quite literally frayed and a little out of sorts, taking this moment to just soothe the nervous system through rocking side to side can really have some profound benefit. Noticing here, keeping that awareness, so wherever hands and feet are meeting, feet are actively trying to push up, but hands are actively pulling down to just engage to a deeper level of that stretch, taking it a little bit further. Beautiful. And when you feel satisfied here with your happy baby, you'll slowly release. Take your time, let your feet come back to find the earth. And on an exhale, we'll windshield wiper the legs to the right, turning the head to look past left shoulder, letting the left arm come out long, palm facing up. Right hand is welcome to come to the ribs, or maybe that left knee comes up and over the right a little more, using the right hand to guide that left knee into a deeper supine twist. Closing the eyes and taking it back to breath. Slowing the movements here. Might have a reaction of turning on that monkey brain, propelling us to once again fall into that habit of predicting, planning, preparing for what's coming next. Remember to stay present. Stay here. Just focus on the next right thing. Inhale, breath, bring yourself through center. Exhale, knees to the left, turn the head to the right, reach that right arm out. Find support through that left arm, either on the leg, the heart, the chest, the ribs here. And just breathe. It's not that these thoughts go away during our practice, or even if they do for a little bit, when they come back, we're not trying to fight them from coming. We're just building up our armor so that when they do come back, we can be a little bit more resilient. We can be a little bit more vulnerable, because we know deep down inside we are connected to ourself, our strength, and that we were meant to weather these storms. Taking your breath to bring the knees forward, head to neutral. Maybe you take a pause here before your final relaxation in Supta Gavasana into your reclined butterfly posture. If this is too much on the hips, feel free to extend the legs one at a time, coming into your Savasana. But if it feels nice to take a little pause before you get there, I encourage you to do a blanket available. Maybe you bring that back to the practice, or a pillow, just to prop up the head here, support the spine, walk the shoulder blades out, taking a nice deep breath here to just allow for that exhale to grow the weight through the back side of the body, melting a little bit deeper into the mat. Of course, as mentioned before, at any time you'd like to take the legs out long, if you haven't already, feel free to do so. If this opening in the front side body is supporting release for you, feel free to take your full relaxation here. Taking a few moments to just travel back into this inquiry of how we are feeling, noticing physically, mentally, spiritually, how we feel after our time on the mat. Maybe that monkey brain is looking to turn back on here for you. Maybe the idea of what's coming next is creeping back in. So we'll just take a few more moments to stay connected to our breath as we allow for those other thoughts to slowly begin to filter back into our existence, knowing that Our practice doesn't look to check us out necessarily. We just dive in deeper on a different level, almost as if we're becoming this observer of the experience, one that doesn't have any say or stake in the matter, so we can observe without judgment. Practicing this skill both on and off the mat as we get ready to chart some uncharted territory, to go out to the deep end without a life raft and know that we're rooted and grounded through strength within ourselves. That maybe when we can't trust or control the things happening out of our forces out there, we can take that little bit of control back in how we choose to react to those situations in which we have no control. We always have the choice to lean into faith, believe in our strength, cultivate that mind by sowing seeds of love and gratitude and light, or we can fall victim to fear, letting our mind be clouded by despair and discomfort and sadness and fear. But that choice, that control, starts and ends with us. As you get ready to transition from your mat to the rest of your day, take a little bit of this compassion, a whole lot of this compassion, this being connected to the present moment as a gift. Look at this time of slowing down, hunkering in, as a guide, as a permission slip, to really diving in to self-love. Taking the time out for yourself, even when you're wearing so many more hats now than we normally do. Embracing the change that's shifting us all, and choosing to ride that storm with lightness. The light in me honors and sees the light in all of you. From me to you, namaste.